Halo is one of the world's biggest gaming franchises, and its latest edition, Halo 3 ODST, is available on September 22nd. So when I got an invite to an exclusive press event here at the Century Club in London, I made up a few excuses to get the day off work and hopped on the first train to check it out. Let's go and see what it's all about.
Hey rookie, you out there? Spawn, that's an order.
ODST is the prequel to Halo 3 and is set in New Mombasa. The main objective of the game is to search through the ruins of the city to discover what has happened to your fellow teammates who've mysteriously disappeared. Now what you will notice from the onset is you aren't resuming the character of Master Chief like you have done in previous Halo games. Instead, you're taking on the role of an ODST, which stands for Orbital Drop Shock Trooper. Now what you will also notice is that you don't have your Master Chief's superhuman powers, so you're much more vulnerable to gunfire. So once the screen starts to go red, you are in serious trouble and you need to hide. What we have on display here is the Firefight mode demos, which is a new feature to the Halo games. Now, Firefight mode is where players take on increasingly difficult waves of varied enemies, similar to the Horde mode that we've seen in Gears of War 2. Each player gets a certain set number of lives, and the game only ends when all lives are through. So if you're really good at the game, you might want to get some snacks in, because the level might go on quite some time. Rather than fight my way to the front of the crowd, I've decided to chat with two of the top people involved in producing the game. First thing I want to know is why they've made a prequel.
We wanted to try and do something a little bit different. We wanted to try and tell a story that was more human focused, actually let players get into the boots of someone who's on the ground, someone who's a little more fragile.
Everybody's kind of screaming for more, and I think this was a way to give them a whole different take, a whole different point of view on the Halo universe.
What can we expect to see on the multiplayer maps? Is there anything new there?
We've got 3 new multiplayer maps. We've got Longshore, Citadel, and Heretic. And Heretic is actually a remake of Midship from Halo 2 that fans have been asking for basically ever since Halo 3 was released. So we've got those 3 maps accompanying all the other 21 maps that have already been released. So we've got 24 in total.
The new experience for ODST is the Firefight mode. Do you want to tell us just a little bit more about how that works and what players can expect?
Sure. Firefight is a new cooperative game mode that allows players to play split screen, system link over Xbox Live with their friends, up to 4 players. They're fighting against oncoming, never-ending waves of Covenant. And the way we change things up is the further you get into the game, we actually turn on skulls. So when Tough Luck is on, for example, the enemies are a lot harder to kill. They dodge out of the way. When Catch is on, they have unlimited grenades and they can constantly throw grenades at you, so it becomes a lot more difficult the farther you get into the game. And we really wanted to make it very much about playing together as a team. So you share a pool of lives. When one team member goes down, it's actually depleting the pool for everyone. So you really start to stick together and watch each other's backs a lot more so than you would in a normal multiplayer game.
One of the cool things I think as well about Firefight is, you've got an opportunity if you pre-ordered the game to play as Sergeant Johnson within Firefight, which is something really cool, something we've actually never done before, which is a pre-order incentive.
We actually brought in David Scully, who plays Sergeant Johnson, and he recorded a whole bunch of new dialogue just for his part in Firefight, so fans are going to be really digging him.
Any tips you can give our viewers on how to help them play a bit better as an ODST?
Basically, when the screen starts turning red, get behind cover. That's one of the most important things that I can tell people. But also, the auto mag is your friend. It's basically the return of the Halo 1 pistol. It's got a zoom, it's a headshot weapon. It's incredibly useful.
That's brilliant. Well, thank you ever so much. I didn't get a chance to play earlier because it was so busy, so I'm going to try and jump on now and be an ODST. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, tough guy, we gotta blow this bridge.
Now's one of those times, pays to be strong, silent type.
For the less experienced gamer like myself, gameplay as an ODST character can be a bit more challenging. You're more vulnerable to gunfire, and I'm finding I'm dying a lot more frequently than I'd like to. However, if I had longer than this 10-minute demo, I'm sure I'd get the hang of it. Well, my demo session is over, and I can definitely recommend that you put September 22nd in your diaries because you are going to want to get your hands on Halo ODST. It's awesome!